やった。ありがとう。
Wow, that still didn't kill it. That's bogus.
もういつまで起きてるつもり？
それ。すまない。頼んだよ。受け切れますか？受け切れますか？はあ。いや。生きく。はあ。とん。これでどうです。それ。はあ。いや。せは。行きます。見えく。
I'm getting a lot of lag all of a sudden.
I'm not even in there either.
それ。いやー。見えました。飛んでく。すぐには使えません。はあ。
Wonder if maybe something's spawning in.
使えません。すぐには使え。飛んでくれ。これでどうです。見えました。それ。それ。行きます。いや。はあ。見えました。全力で戦い。いや。見えました。これでどうです。いや。それ。はあ。いや。受け切れますか？これでどうです。はあ。それ。はあ。飛んでくれ。
Oh, it's still that same one. Shoot.
行こう相棒。すまない。ありがとう。助かったよ。頼んだよ。
Oh, it's just a dog. That was not smart on my part. Shot a dog and it freaking got away.
It took off.
Yep. Fired one shot back and ran.
どうかお気をつけて。行こう相棒。世界にはびこる不正を許してはならない。
Man, this town is freaking big. There's like a hospital or a vet clinic here.
Lord?
Hey.
Hey. I have to
Welcome
go
back.
soon, actually.
Oh.
My mom's gonna go get some Chinese.
Ooh. Bring us some.
Oh, it's a little too far in Connoisseur.
Make sure whenever you leave, you put that download on resume.
Whoa.
Yeah, I will.
Oh, for the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Good
decent
plan.
sized download.
I'll have to probably do it overnight then. My internet's not bad, but it's not. It takes a while for PlayStation Network to download stuff.
Yeah.
Start the podcast.
Eternal something.
Eternal
Oh, is that what
Kingdom.
you're back on?
Yeah.
Eternal Kingdom Battle Peak. Gotcha. I'm gonna look it up, get it started, and then just pause it so I can resume it later.
相棒。
Ugh.
I'm not
I'll see you
looking
guys later.
forward to next month's freebies.
See you, man.
Yeah. I'll be back on.
Alright, man. He left before he even finished the sentence.
Nice.
You're funny still.
The art of it kind of looks like Final Fantasy.
Like where you played Final Fantasy Online?
Well, the art style of like when you look it up, it shows the guy with the sword and whatnot. That's the same art style they use for all the concept art for Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
All the way back since, wow, like, I don't even remember how old Final Fantasy is now. Wow. premium currency. Jeez.
それ
I haven't messed with any of that.
Oh, I was just
Cosmetic.
looking to see. And yeah, they want a lot of money for
見えそれ行きます
for a lot of that stuff. I don't buy the premium currency on these games.
それ
I've never really seen a need to. People that you see with the cosmetics, you normally know they paid money.
見えました飛んでくれ
Yeah,
それ
I've gotten talked a lot of smack on because I don't buy
これでどうです
stuff. They're like some other people that do. They're like, ah, you play the game without buying anything from it.
これで
That's
どうです
robbery or whatever.
I got into
excuse
like
they wanna use.
ESO for a good while, and I bought some things on there. That's when I was like,
Well, like, oh, I don't even remember the name of the game now.
受け切れ
I'll
ます
have
か
to look it up real quick.
行こう相棒
Neverwinter. Like, they have some items that take a while to farm that you could just buy in the cash shop.
and the, you mean like,
And people were making fun of me for farming it.
you talking about where like people
Like
go on like the
identification
websites
scrolls and shit like that.
You're talking about
Well,
like going on
they have
websites and buying
a store in the game.
that? Oh. But where it
Like,
costs
in
real
the game
money.
itself, they have a cash shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's kinda
people were
weird.
making fun of me for because you could buy like, I think it was like 5 identification scrolls for like $10 or something like that.
Mhm.
And I was like, fuck that, because you needed like, I went through one dungeon and needed like 20.
Mhm.
It's like, that's $40.
It's a
And that's
lot.
just one dungeon run. Screw that. Yeah, it took me a while though. Like, I'd do the dungeon runs and just sell a lot of the items unidentified. Because it took too long to farm it. To farm to be able to buy the identification scrolls. Eventually I quit because they just kept making more and more stuff where they were making it pay to win. Or, well, pay to play basically.
Oh yeah.
切り抜けます
Because you couldn't get anything good without paying for it. So I just eventually quit playing.
はあ受け切れますか
I haven't even really looked at this store.
はあ飛んでくれ
I usually do just to see what kind of things they have in it
受け切れ
and
ます
see
か
like what kind of train wreck I'm looking at.
これでどうですはあ
I kind of hate to say it that way, but that's basically what it is.
見えました飛んでくれはあ
Ugh. And
飛んでくれはあはあこれでどうです受け切れますかそれいやこれでどうですはあはあそれ受け切れますか
do you play Diablo, like Diablo 3 by chance? I think we had talked about this before.
We talked about it. I don't have 3 on this account. I only have 4. Or not 4, 2 remastered. My bad.
Like
Sorry,
4?
they're
I
remastered.
didn't know there was a 4.
They're coming out with a 4, but
飛んでく
we're
れ
still working on it.
Yeah.
それ飛んでくれ
I thought it was funny when they came up with the Diablo Immortal only on mobile.
Mhm.
They got so much hate for it, and they're like, "You're wasting your time on this instead of making another one." And the same happened to a bunch of companies.
Well,
That,
Everyone was like, why would you waste your time
Yeah.
making this mobile game?
それ受け切れます
Nobody wants that. And then they remastered
Fantasy
Skyrim,
15, they've got a mobile
which didn't
version.
even need a remastered. Like, It just came out, not even like 10
Well-
years ago.
Well, they upped the graphics and they did optimize it a little bit. They didn't fix any of the bugs.
And it's not even
At this
fix
point,
the
they're just
bugs.
features.
Still, like,
And they did add some more like harvest points and changed up how some of the stuff works. But the remaster really, yeah, it didn't really need it. The one I wish they would remaster, and they're talking about doing for PlayStation 5, is some of the older Final Fantasy games.
I believe it.
But not like they're not going to do it like they did the Final Fantasy remaster. They're talking about like actually just porting them over, updating the graphics and whatnot, which is what I want them to do.
Yeah.
I do like Final Fantasy VII Remastered, but at the same time, I see it as two different games: the original Final Fantasy VII and the remaster. And I literally have friends who will not talk to me anymore because they don't consider anything after Final Fantasy X real Final Fantasy.
If it's not canon, it
They
doesn't matter.
moved away from the series because of the direction.
協力に感謝する
Well, and the thing is, it is canon, but the problem is the play style drastically changed between 10 and not counting the online ones, which are 11 and 14. Just
See, but
between
that was
10 and 12,
that was them
it
trying
changed so
something
much.
different, and a lot of people that drew them into the Final Fantasy, scene.
Well, see, for me,
They made that free.
in my opinion, Final Fantasy X changed everything. And if you really want to go to the classic Final Fantasy, it's 9 and before. And then 10 was its own thing, 12 was its own thing, 13 was its own thing, and 15 is its own thing.
Yeah.
And 16 is going to be something different. Like, they're evolving it, and to be honest, I don't blame them, and two, I like them all, so...
Yeah.
これでどうです
I really don't.
行きますか
I have friends who will no longer talk to me because I play the newer Final Fantasy games and I actually thoroughly enjoy them.
はあいや
I've
thought,
got probably
I thought some of the Final
500 hours
Fantasy
in
are
Final
pretty
Fantasy 13.
how many hours?
受け切れますかはあ
I probably have 500 hours in Final Fantasy 13.
それ
Damn.
飛んでくれ
Not on one save, but just that much time playing the game. And then probably another 200 hours on the sequel to it, so 13-2, and then the third one. It's a whole trilogy, and I've probably got
見えました
like 300 hours in the third one.
はあいや飛んでく
What
れ
about
So
Skyrim?
in the Final Fantasy
How
13
much time did
trilogy,
you
I
put into
probably got more
Skyrim?
than 1,000 hours.
はあ
God, do I want to actually say how much time I've probably got into it?
見えました
With
I
like
wanna
all of your
say-
accounts combined, like even mine, I think I'm pretty sure I'm over 1,000.
I'm pretty positive I'm over 4,000.
I don't know about 4,000, but damn.
I've been playing it since like day one. I'm pretty sure I have 4,000. I have repeatedly destroyed Skyrim inside and out. Morrowind, I know I had at least 2,000 hours in. Oblivion, I probably have a couple hundred hours in it.
You didn't like Oblivion that much?
But
I
Skyrim,
liked Oblivion. I beat Oblivion several
I
times.
liked Oblivion. It just, it was. So after playing not Final Fantasy. After playing Morrowind, Oblivion, they changed some of the stuff so much that it kind of just. It was too much of a change all at once for me. Yeah, I did play it. I
From
did
a
enjoy
visual
it. It
standpoint or
just, at the
gameplay
time,
standpoint?
it just gameplay standpoint. it just changed so much so fast that it just kind of
Turned you off.
it didn't quite capture me like Morrowind did.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say it turned me off. It just didn't captivate me like Morrowind did. And then
I thought the NPCs and everything
Skyrim.
had really good dialogue, and some of the creatures and the items were cool.
yeah, I think part of the problem was I explored Oblivion. I did this with Morrowind, I did it with Skyrim, and I did it with Oblivion, where I kind of ignored the main quest and just went exploring.
Mhm.
But Oblivion had a lot of things that were locked behind story
Quests.
progression that
Yeah.
didn't necessarily make sense. Because
know.
you didn't even, for the
You-
story, you didn't even go to some of these areas.
But you had to get to a certain part of the quest to even have it unlocked.
Yeah, so I did a big exploration, and then I continued on in the story a little bit, and new stuff was popping up all the time, and I'm like, wait a second, I just explored this whole area. And in Skyrim and Morrowind, there are some areas that you're locked out of until you do complete the story, but it's areas. It's not like stuff repopulating. So it was just weird. And then the magic system, they did a whole overhaul on it, and the archery. Archery they didn't really change too much, but they still changed how it behaved. I found a bug where you could shoot an arrow into like right above you if you timed it right. I was like trying to be funny, and I used telekinesis and threw like a cup or something up in the air,
Yeah.
and I shot it with an arrow, and it stopped in midair, and so I kept shooting it, and like all my arrows just clustered on it. And then I tried to I couldn't get it to move or anything, and I used telekinesis on it, and it shot the arrows out in all directions, killed me and everybody in the freaking town. I was like, well, fuck. So it's like I was finding these weird little bugs, but like the archery itself, I don't know, it felt different. It felt too different as well, but most of the combat didn't change too much, but mainly the magic overhaul and just how a bunch of the stuff worked now. And I'm kind of sad they got away from the potion crafting of Morrowind. You had to have tools in your inventory. You to make a potion, one allowed you to increase its duration, the other gave you a boost to its potency, and they kind of just tied it all into one. I don't know,
They
it was
tied it
just
all
weird.
into one.
But Skyrim recaptivated me, so
Well, Skyrim's a pretty good game. I mean, there was a lot to do in Skyrim, and it's very compact. That was the nice thing about it. You wouldn't just walk over hill after hill after hill and be like seeing nothing but rocks. I hate that.
yeah, that was the other thing with Oblivion. Morrowind had that too. Not gonna lie, Morrowind had the biggest map out of all of them, I think.
I don't think I had all of them, but that's pretty big.
Yeah. It was a little too much on Morrowind.
I think it was.
I still never found all the things in Morrowind.
Was it Arena? Something like that. That they'd come out with. That was the big one.
Yeah, I don't know. I always thought Morrowind had the biggest map, but maybe Arena did.
Here, let me do something, then I'll Google it. Cause I'm gonna be here for a minute. I gotta kill 40 of these creatures, but I get like a shell of XP.
Oh, on the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's working on downloading for me. It's not going very fast, but yeah. Trying to decide what game I want to play.
飛んでくれ。はあ。それ。はあ。これでどうです。見えました。
Yeah, I still never dug into my ammo supply in my box while we were
見え
playing.
ました。それ。いや。それ。
Nice.
All the bullets I was just spraying downfield.
行きます。ふっ。見えました。それ。ふっ。それ。いや。見えました。ふっ。それではこれでどうです。行きます。
I think I want to
I don't
get
know
back
the name
into
of the
playing
actual-
Terra.
はあ。ふっ。
I don't know the name of the actual thing.
Name of what?
I don't know the actual name of Arena. Like the full name.
見えました。
Or something else.
It's the Elder Scrolls Arena.
それ。は
Ah.
There's if I can get my phone, there's Elder Scrolls
あ。どうです。
1 through 5.
それ。行きます。
There was Arena.
行きます。
I got lots of missed messages. What the heck?
はあ。ふっ。飛んでくれ。
Oh fuck. Oh well. I'll call him back tomorrow.
見えました。行きます。いや。
It's over 9 million kilometers large.
はあ。いや。
It's the largest RPG
Arena
ever
was?
made by a massive margin. According to Bethesda, the Elder Scrolls Arena map size is over 9 million kilometers large.
これでどうです。
Yeah,
いや。
that's why I was saying Arena is their biggest one.
Wow.
By far, it beats every other game.
It sure doesn't feel like that. But it didn't feel like that when I played it.
Well, I saw some
Oh, this one
gameplay
says
to it.
Daggerfall is Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall.
Is the biggest?
Yeah. Oh, when ignoring Arena. What the fuck? I wasn't even talking I asked, is Elder Scrolls Arena the biggest game? And it says, the Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall is the largest game in the Elder Scrolls franchise by a massive margin when ignoring Arena. That's not what I fucking asked.
When ignoring Arena. That's not... Then
Yeah.
just say Arena.
I didn't. That's not even answering the question I asked.
That's like,
I mean,
well,
it is, but just...
if
yeah.
you looked at it
Answer
this
the
way, this
fucking
one's
question.
really
Yes,
big.
Arena is the largest one.
But it's like every other way of saying it's the second biggest, but without it's trying to make it sound like it is the biggest. But you know, they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's super big. You know, that game is pretty
I
big
hate
too,
when they do
but
that.
maybe a little bigger.
Yeah.
Sounds like a developer made it.
お前の活躍は聞いているぞ。
It's like a politician talking.
Exactly.
Well, technically I didn't lie.
I just
just-
kind of told you.
Skirted around the truth.
Yeah.
What I thought you wanted to hear. I was reading an article about, I guess Biden had one of his like public speeches or something recently,
Yeah.
and he was bashing Trump and saying all my shit that I've done is better than what Trump did. And someone went and looked up the statistics, and they're like, some of them, yes, he's downright correct. Some of them, he fudged the numbers a little bit, and a couple of them, he just flat out lied. And I'm going, okay, yep, that's a typical politician. I was like, and it's funny that someone actually went and bothered to do that, because I'm like, thank you.
I know. Fact
But it's
checking.
like, every time I think of a politician, I'm like, can you really trust what they said? They could say the freaking sky is blue, and I'd be like, okay, I have to go check. Give me a second.
お前の活躍は聞いているぞ。
I don't trust any of bullshit.
Yeah. I have family that are unfortunately diehard Trump fans, and then some that are diehard Biden fans, and they're willing to overlook the flaws of one and bash the other, and I'm going,
Yeah, they're all just as
there's
bad.
good and bad with every person in office. Yeah. So, but every time that answer reminded me of a politician. It's like, if you're willing to ignore this part of it, the rest of it looks fantastic.
Exactly.
It's kind of like talking to someone about someone was trying to talk to me about, oh, we should switch everything to nuclear power because it's so great, and I'm like, yeah, if you're willing to ignore Chernobyl and the tsunami and earthquake that hit Japan, and then the fact that there's radioactive waste, yeah, everything else is great if you ignore those parts, those problems.
Exactly.
Typical politician. Oh my god. This is all great, and then you're like, but there's these flaws. Well, we can get past those. I was, one of my friends was dating this gal, and I have nothing against women that are a little on the, excessively large size.
Yeah.
They're just not my type. And one of my friends he was dating this gal, and he was like, well, she's working on losing weight, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, so she's on a diet or she's exercising? He's like, well, not yet. And I'm like, then she's not working on it.
That's not working on it.
Good God, man. Just because she said she's going to do it, she hasn't started yet. One of my roommates is kind of like that. He's like, yeah, I'm doing this, this, and this, and some of it's bullshit and some of it's true. It's just like, I already know it's bullshit. I don't know why you're trying to tell me otherwise. I already know. Just tell me the truth.
Exactly.
That is one thing I will say. Final Fantasy. Not always the most. Square Enix, the ones who make it, not always the best company, but at least some of the times, like, oh, did you see the presentation at E3 or hear about it when they were announcing PlayStation 5 and Xbox One Series X, was it? So, Xbox wanted it to be so you had to be online, even if you got a disc game, you had to be online, connected to the internet, logged in, to be able to play your games. And your disc would have an ID on it that would be tied to your account. And so you couldn't just loan it to a friend. And Xbox went first, and then PlayStation came out, and they brought out a game, and they were like, so if you want to lend a game to a friend, here's what you do. And he just handed it to the guy next to him. And the whole theater, or the whole room, ended up busting up laughing. And it was so perfect. And it made my day when I saw that, because I'm like, that's how you properly bash a competitor.
Yeah, you show them, like, features that you can see where they were, like, trying to money grab like a motherfucker, and then another company sees that and they're like, yeah, we're not gonna do that. That's a terrible idea.
360, the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, they both bet on different technology for their discs. And Blu-ray, which is what the PlayStation 3 had, took off, and the other one, the digital discs, didn't. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and hop off the party and let this download.
All right, man.
Catch you later.
Catch you later, man.
Food is here.
なんだ。気をつけてな。なんだ。頼むぜ。頼んだよ。全力で戦います。
それ集まる魔力。
これでどうです。
受け
それこれでどう。あえっここまでか。行こう相棒。
集まる魔力。そこです。受け切れますか。
持ち物をよこせ。ありがとう。助かったよ。任せたぞ。頼んだよ。持ち物をよこせ。全部出せ。 なんだ。よろしく頼む。行こう相棒。持ち物をよこせ。
今日はどんな一日だった？
受け切れますか。はあ、飛んでくれ。いや、はあ、へっ、それ見えく。へっ、これでどうです。これでどうです。いや、へっ、それへっ、受け切れますか。受け切れます。受け切れますか。持ち物をよこせ。いや、行きます。はあ、針金全部出せ。これでどうです。頼んだよ。針金全部出せ。
ちょっと。
なんだ。礼を言う。任せたぞ。なんだ。行こう相棒。 んだよ。おお。全力で戦います。行きます。ふっ、これでそれ、はあ、それ、これでどうです。これでふっ、それ、ふっ、行きます。いや、見えました。ふっ、飛んでくれ。はあ、それ、ふっ、受け切れますか。有り金全部出せ。見えました。それ、見えく、はあ、見えました。それ、見えました。ふっく、いや、飛んでくれ。有り金全部出せ。それ、見えました。行こう相棒。くらえ。見えました。持ち物をよこせ。見えました。よこせ。それ、はあ、それ。頼んだよ。それ、見えました。くそ。行こう相棒。切り抜けます。受け切れますか。いや、飛んでくれ。はあ、いや、行きます。それ、いや、飛んでくれ。行きます。ふっ、それ、はあ、いや、飛んでくれ。ふっ、いや、はあ、これでどうです。受け切れますか。ふっ、いや、それ、ふっ、飛んでくれ。それ、はあ、飛んでく、見えました。ふっ、はあ、ふっ、飛んでくれ。いや、はあ、それ、飛んでくれ。飛んでくれ。はあ、ふっ、いや、行きます。はあ、それ、 切れますか。いやへっいやそれいやこれでどうです。それいや受け切れますか。行きます。はあへっはあ見えました。それいや行きます。飛んでくれ。はあそれ見えました。いやへっはあいや飛んでくれ。行きます。はあ見えました。それはあ頼んだよ。
ちょっと。ありがとう。助かったわ。くそ。
ありがとう。助かったよ。行こう相棒。これでどうです。いや見えました。はあそれここまでか。ありがとう。有り金全部出せ。戦局を変える。いや戦局を変える。戦局を変える。狙いは外しません。
それ集まれ魔力よ。そこです。
たおおおお有り金全部出せ。全力で戦います。持ち物をよこせ。行きます。撃ち抜きます。ただの弾じゃありませんよ。受け切れますか。それはあへっそれ飛んでくれ。
それ
切り抜けます。これでどうです。
じっとしていなさい。
これでどうです。いや有り金全部出せ。いやはあ見えました。見えました。持ち物をよこせ。それ受け切れますか。はあ持ち物をよこせ。受け切れますか。頼んだよ。有り金全部出せ。持ち物をよこせ。 行こう相棒。くらえ。持ち物をよこせ。持ち物をよこせ。世界にはびこる不正を許してはならない。
良き日だね。良き日だね。
頼んだよ。なんだ。礼を言う。任せたぞ。行こう相棒。全力で戦います。受け切れますか。持ち物をよこせ。飛んでくれ。はあ、飛んでくれ。はあ、これでどうです。受け切れますか。持ち物をよこせ。飛んでくれ。それ。
なんだ？礼を言う。助かった。よろしく頼む。
守り抜きます。守り抜きます。いや、頼んだよ。
まだ眠いわ。来て。
有り金全部出せ。持ち物をよこせ。
Alright. I'm gonna end it here. Get on a little later. That's fun.